Comrade, it's a great time having you. This Nothing Can Stop You motivational message I bring to you. Go to my YouTube channel. I use the name Bismarck Hussein. I have a lot of motivational messages. Nothing can stop you. Watch them, subscribe to them. Also, when you go to YouTube, I have another channel. Your marriage will be a state of mind to the world. I have a lot of teachings on teaching courses with marriage. Watch them and subscribe to them. I thank you for your blessing support you've been giving me, your grandiose support you've given me all this. Well, thank you so much. Have these electronic books for you. The e-books, they are not, the sales are not going. I know you help me drive the sales. Building your competitiveness in the crowded planet, $4. Go to Amazon, Kindle, and Gumroad. To be impossible to have this world without you. $4. Go Amazon, Kindle, and Gumroad. Watch. Go and buy them for me. Your marriage will be a state of mind to the world. $5. Amazon, Kindle, and Gumroad. There is something inside you the world is in need of. $4. Amazon, Kindle, and Gumroad. The leaders, generational thinkers. $5. Amazon, Kindle, and Gumroad. Buy these books for me. The books, the sales are not going. I'm counting on you guys to help me drive the sales. I hope you help me. I'm sharing with you in the next 15 minutes a motivation message entitled Integrity is a Principle That Never Fails. It's a book I've written. Go to Amazon, Kindle, and Gumroad for $4. Go and buy it. Integrity is a principle that never fails. So what I'm showing you is an extract from the book. Go and buy the book for me. So integrity is a principle that never fails. So indubitably or undoubtedly, the world can doubt your ways, but it cannot doubt the world can doubt your ways, but it cannot doubt your works. When you equip yourself with that burden designer arsenal of integrity, so the world can doubt your ways, but it cannot doubt your works. When you equip yourself with that burden designer process of burden designer arsenal of integrity. I'm a man in Ghanaian business magnate Samuel Amo Tobinko, executive chairman of Tobinko Group of Companies of the period, have demonstrated consistently, relentlessly, unflaggingly the attitude reinvented himself with integrity in his business transactions. But rightly, when you propediously equip yourself with this business building designer arsenal of integrity, you will not trumpet your achievement, but the world will trumpet your massive achievement. A man called Mehant Anzi, a Turkish Cypriot medical doctor who helped to eradicate malaria in Cyprus in 1940, understood what it means to demonstrate that level of integrity at a national level that helped the country to eradicate, became one of the first countries that eradicated malaria in the 1940s. Prejudiciously, very most importantly, there are many of their plethora of beautiful places in the world. If you cannot find one, let your personality be one of them by building your resplendent integrity. Personalities with pervasive personal zestfulness, aggressiveness towards the possible life development, but didn't demonstrate integrity are no more in the race. So there are many beautiful places in the plethora, multifarious, myriad beautiful places in the world. If you cannot find one, make your personality one of them by building your resplendent integrity. People with pervasive goal, with zestfulness, with enthusiasm, with aggressiveness about possible life development, who couldn't demonstrate integrity are no more in the race. Think about a man called Jeffrey Epstein, American rich man who later was caught in a lot of financial malfeasance, contraventions, and these infractions, and also sex scandals. Have been arrested in jail for 23 years. He killed himself in prison. All his richness he made, all these have come to nothing. Similarly, understand that there is enough power in you to restructure the world, to help restore the world's integrity, lost integrity for massive accomplishment when you integrate integrity in your relentless life pursuit. So similarly, understand that there is enough power in you to restructure the world, to help the world restore its lost integrity for massive accomplishment when you exhibit integrity in your relentless life pursuit. A man Johannes Gutenberg, a German inventor, printer, publisher, goldsmith over the period, understood what it means to contribute towards achieving that. There is this personal quote from Michelle Obama, former American First Lady, once said that we have learned about honesty and integrity, that the truth matters, that we don't take shortcuts or play by our own set of values. And success doesn't count unless it's fair and square. Indeed, integrity is Michelle Obama is correct. Integrity is a rudimentary running requirement for effectuating your dream, possible life development of the period. And that indeed success doesn't count unless it's square and fair, and that there's no shortcuts, or we cannot play to our own set of value. But there's an integrity that needs to be exhibited. I want to show you a story of a man who went to the pinnacle but lost because he didn't demonstrate integrity. A man called Vijay Vita Mila. Vijay Vita Mila. Vijay Vita is an Indian business magnate and politician and fugitive of the period. He became the chairman of United Breweries Group, UBG, in 1983 at the age of 28. When the father died, he took over the company. He grew the company grew it, and he brought it into 60 The company grew up in Beijing, and it grew up to 60 companies, multinational conglomerate. Expanded the company when it comes to Beja Paint in 1983, established the Beja Paint in 1983, the Mangoli Chemicals and Fertilizer in 1990, the Bollywood Magazine 2001, expanded the company to 60 companies. Beijing the act of massive accomplishment after the death of his father. He had the Kingfisher Airline in 2005. In 2005, his Kingfisher Airline in 2005 became insolvent and it closed down due to not paying his workers for 15 months. And also, he had a 1 billion loan owed to banks, and he was charged with accusation of money laundering and misappropriation. That was a myriad of financial contravention and also malfeasance that affected his personality. In 2016, the special court in Bombay, in India, issued an arrest warrant against him, being accused of transferring $500 million to tax havens without any due process. These were preponderance of financial malfeasance, contravention that adversely affected his level of integrity. The man that went to the pinnacle in 2016, Mia's Indian asset and property on paying loans was total about $100 million. He is a subject of contradiction effort by the Indian government, who is wanting to return from UK to face charges of financial crimes in India. These are a man who have grown a company, sister companies have been faced with a lot of these financial malfeasance, contraventions, and these infractions. They are myriad and colossal financial malfeasance and contraventions that affected his personality. I want to remind you, I have a lot of motivation. I go to my YouTube channel. I use the name Motivational. Nothing can stop you. Watch my videos, subscribe to them. Also, I have another channel, Your Marriage Will Be a State of Mind. I have a lot of teachings and dating courses. Watch them, subscribe to them. Also, I have a lot of ebooks for you guys. Help me in the ebooks. The sales are not going. I know you guys will help me drive the sales. Burn your competitors in a crowded pan, $4. Amazon Cannon and Gumroad. It will be impossible to have this work without you. $4. Amazon Cannon and Gumroad. Your marriage will be a state of mind to the world. $5. Amazon Cannon and Gumroad. There's something inside you the world is in need of. $4. Amazon Cannon and Gumroad. Leaders of generation thing is $5. Amazon Cannon and Gumroad. Help me drive this so the sales are not going. I know I'm counting on you guys that you help me to drive this. So let me try to wrap up. What are some of the ways? What are some of the potentiating ways? What are some of the potentiating ways, or what are some of the vibrant ways we can pull our integrity? This is an extra from the book I've written. Integrity is a principle that never fails. Go and read that book I've written on Amazon Kindle and Gumroad for $4. Go and buy the book. So number one, what are some of the potentiating ways of building my integrity? Number one, perspicuously examine personalities that started business without capital, but due to integrity and hard work and smartness was their source of capital. Now these people personally have about 70 to 30 business. Over the period, some people started business without capital, but due to integrity, hard work, and smartness were their source of capital. Kwesi Pond in Ghana started iron-based company without capital. He went to a place they were selling iron-based. I can sell it. If you can give it to me, I'll sell it and bring it back. They didn't trust him. They said, I can do it. And later on, they gave her a lot of these iron-based, these iron rods, and trusted him, giving him his mint. And said that this guy is trustworthy. He didn't have money. They gave it to him that they trust that this guy will sell and bring it back. To that, they built his company, a big company in Ghana, in Kumasi, Kwesi Pond. Also, Amotobinko also started a company without no capital. The company trusted him due to his integrity, gave him consignment to sell. After that, they returned it, and they built the integrity over the period. They get more consignment without any capital. Now you have over 30 companies. So people over the period have built company without capital. Their capital, integrity, hard work, smartness was their source of capital. Sit down, examine this personality, and extrapolate these, and to pull yourself into that business magnet you want to be. Number two, pertinently examine lioness personalities that reach the nirvana, or that reach the highest point, or that reach the pinnacle, culminated in their positive life development, but due to lack of integrity are no more in the race. Sit down, examine some personalities. They went to the pinnacle, they culminated, they went to nirvana, they went to the highest point, but they have come down because they didn't demonstrate integrity. Think about Carlos Ghosn, who has been the chairman and CEO of a lot of companies, Renault, Mitsubishi Design, a lot of companies, Migrant Tiles, and at the point he helped these companies achieve a good result, but at the point he was caught in a lot of financial malfeasance, transferring about $5 million into his personal account. When his family go on holiday, he charged the personal account. He was being charged and acquainted by the Tokyo prosecuting team. It was jail. Somebody helped him to manage to escape to Lebanon, and at the Tokyo chasing him after all his achievement, last year's achievement. It was being marred by these financial malfeasance, these contraventions, and these infractions. People like Jeffrey Epstein, also Harvey Weinstein, James Austin Becker, who was a televangelist in in the US, started growing the TPL, television program that started gaining grounds over the period. She was caught with a lot of financial malfeasance, slept with the secretary, dragged her secretary Jessica Hen, and slept with her, and it became a public news. He was jailed for about 10 years and for dragging, giving her secretary drag and raping her. He was also charged for a lot of financial malfeasance and church money. And he was being dismissed from the church and jailed for about 7 to 10 years. And some of these personalities, tell me, Heavy Weinstein, who is also a Hollywood star producer, was also caught a lot of sex scandals. Jeffrey Epstein also was caught, American rich man, also was financed a lot of American president, who was also caught a lot of these money laundering, was caught in sex scandals, financial malfeasance, and was jailed for 23 years and killed himself in prison. And some of these personalities that went to the pinnacle, they went to the Nirvana, they went to the trough, and they came back. And they're no more in a race because they didn't demonstrate integrity. Examine these people, equip yourself with a lot of lessons to build your integrity. Number three, secondly, or most important, examine institutions, companies that their contract were ended abruptly or ended suddenly, or their business collapsed due to financial integrity. Some companies, institutions are no more in the race. These companies couldn't demonstrate integrity. They won contract, and during the starting the contract, they didn't demonstrate integrity. Their contract were cancelled. Their companies have collapsed. Some of them, their contract have cancelled. Their business have gone down. It have dropped their businesses and other things. Examine these companies and learn a lot of lessons from it. In 2005, Volkswagen emission scandal hit the world. Volkswagen emission standard was something that was scandalous, very repetitive, very monstrous. The U.S. Environmental Protection Agency issued a notice of violation of Clean Air Act to the German automobile company with a 3 million fine when they lied. The Volkswagen emission lied that their car they producing was giving a better emission standard, meaning what they were lying. They sold the cars, and later those who bought the cars in the U.S. saw that these things the Volkswagen were saying they were palpable lies. The German, the U.S. Environmental Protection Agency sued them, and they were supposed to pay a fine of $3 billion. It affected the company so adversely. Sit down, examine these things, and learn a lot of lessons. Number four, personally, compare yourself with yourself. Train yourself to live within your means. People who exhibit profligate expenditures, or who exhibit excessive expenditures, most of the times lack financial integrity. Why? Always find something in your life you can celebrate. Celebrate your personal integrity. So one of the things that people are not lack integrity because they engage themselves in profligate expenditure. They engage themselves in frivolous expenditure that make them lack financial integrity. Learn how to live within your means to have that financial integrity. Find something in your life to celebrate. What are you celebrating? You're celebrating your personal financial integrity, that you're able to live within your means and you don't involve yourself in preponderance of financial malfeasance and scandalous and repetitive things that are actually very, very detachable to your personality. And somebody, Apostle James McKeon, the founder of Church of Pentecost, over the period, consistently demonstrated integrity. After he came to Ghana as a missionary, when he was leaving, he told the Ghanaians, "I'm going back. I'm leaving the church for you." He didn't take anything from the church. He left the church for the young that time, those people, and left the church for them. He left without taking anything. Can you imagine a big church of Pentecost, left it? God brought me to do your work. When you go in, you pick it back and went away and never came to ask for anything. That's a man of integrity. What else do you want to hear? The last point, how do I build my integrity? Ostensibly, examine U.S. 37th President Richard Nixon, who became the first president in the U.S. to resign due to lack of integrity. He was involved in the Watergate scandal in 1972 that attacked the Democrat National Committee headquarters in Washington, D.C., what called Watergate office building. Investigation showed that the president, the U.S. president, was involved in that Watergate scandal. And so he was accused of improper use of government agencies for accepting gifts in office, personal finances, and tax evasion of $465,000, equivalent to $2.8 million in 2002. And he was forced to resign after these things. They saw that he was involved in this Watergate scandal. He was involved in this improper use of gate, and also his vice president Agono also resigned due to charges of bribery, tax evasion, and money laundering. And he's the only president in the U.S. who resigned because of that. That's very, 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 very deleterious. It's expensive. Learn these things and equip yourself. There's a lot of lessons you can learn from these personalities. Think about people, Jacob Zuma, the U.S., the South African former president, also was a cop in some of these things that he lost his position as the president of South Africa and in jail. These are things we cannot be obligated. These are things we cannot be oblivious about. Calculate yourself. I want to remind you that these things are excerpts from my book, Integrity is a principle that never fails. Go and buy the books and read. These are just excerpts. Go to Amazon Kindle and Gamma. It's only $4. Go and buy it and read it. Go to my YouTube channel. I use the name Bismarck because I have a lot of motivational message. Watch them, subscribe to them for me. Also, YouTube, I use the name Bismarck because I have another channel. Your marriage will be a state of mind to the world. A lot of teachings on dating and course in marriage. Watch them, subscribe to them for me. Also, have these ebooks. The sales are not going. I'm counting on you guys to help me drive the sales for me. Building a competitiveness, the crowded plan, $4. Amazon Kindle and Gamble. To be possible to have this world without you, $4. Your marriage will be a state of mind to the world, $5. There's something inside you. The world is in need of $4. Leaders of generational thinkers, $5. Go to Amazon Kindle, go to Gamble, buy this for me. Always remember, integrity is a principle that never fails. Bye bye. See you another time.